ongoing gang war has increased the temperature in Hell's Kitchen like never before, as we now know that Madame Masque has been the one orchestrating the madness behind the scenes and fanning the flames of war in her favor all along. And to ensure things go her way, Masque has enlisted the services of a particularly lethal female enforcer, one that has already encountered Elektra twice. And Masque knows that the stakes are high, and she realizes that Elektra could become problematic if she isn't dealt with. So she sends her masked enforcer with a pair of double Wolverine claws to assassinate the assassin Elektra, the woman without fear, Daredevil. But before dealing with Elektra, Madame Masque calls for a little meeting with this scowling owl to confront him about working with the heroes, or as the youngins say, the ops. As we know from issue 1 of this Daredevil gang war tie-in, it was the owl that tipped Elektra about the munitions transaction between the corrupt cop gang, the Heat, and Masque's new female enforcer, who now has removed her mask and goes by the name of Bologna. That's a pretty interesting name for her. It's kind of a sweet, like, feminine name to contrast her deadly demeanor and persona. And basically, Bologna now and the owl square off because, as they say on the streets, snitches get stitches, right? And the owl's been working with the opposition, right? Madame Masque doesn't really have a problem with him being a freelancer, but how dare he work with those cape costume crusaders? And basically, I must say, Bologna's impressive after they engage in hand-to-hand combat. She displays a knowledge of the martial arts as she takes no damage from the owl and dishes out and delivers calculated damaging blows, basically taking a page out of Floyd Mayweather's book. After a brief little warm-up, Bologna reveals her secret weapons and quickly dispatches of the owl and tosses his candy ass in confinement with the likes of Hammerhead, Count Nefarious, and Silvermane, the Maja. Meanwhile, Elektra just so happened to be looking for the owl. Good luck finding his beastly ass now because he's locked up like Akon and they won't let him out. As her trail runs cold, she checks in with She-Hulk to get a Gamma Gang War status update, but the woman without fear is alerted of a potential situation calling for her attention in the alley below. A group of armed thugs is attempting to carjack a family. The female Daredevil descends and delivers a red bottom boot to the face to one of the offenders. Elektra saves the brave Samaritan and deals with the final thug in one of the most masterful displays of threat neutralization I've seen in a comic in a long time. I mean, look at this. Chuck Liddell reject jabs her with the Rambo knife. She sidesteps, grabs his wrist, breaks or cracks it, disarms the knife, stabs the piece of shit in the thigh. God, that has to hurt. And this is just lovely. And then delivers a hard-ass Jorge Masvidal knee right to his bitchy Ben Askren face. I mean, wow, that sequence, it was masterful. It was beautiful. Afterwards, Elektra checks in with the family and shows the kids a cool little party trick with her size. It's not long, though, before Bologna enters the fray and kills this hallmark moment. And that's not the only thing she came to kill. After the bystanders are out of the picture, we finally get to see these two lethal ladies lock up again for round 2. Elektra's strategy this time is to attack Bologna mentally as well as physically, luring her into making an emotional mistake that could cost her the fight. Elektra verbally reduces Bologna to a mere hired gun, says she doesn't matter, even going so far as to say Bologna is just another one of Wolverine's clones. Ooh, she didn't like that, and that pissed Bologna off because she declares that she's in fact nothing like Wolverine. This leads to a brief little flashback of Bologna's past, and apparently she was one of 10 Wolverine clones at an Alchemex genetics facility. She and her peers, though, had to fight to the death, and only 4 of them, including herself, survived. A woman going by the name of Kimura, who we can assume is Madame Masque, recruited her eventually after she was freed from Alchemex and enhanced her. So, hence probably those 2 claws. I don't know if they're made of adamantium or just some kind of like metal alloy coating them, but she does have those 2 claws very similar to Laura Kinney, Wolverine. And this story does shock Elektra, no pun intended, as she now begins to empathize with Bellona and extends the proverbial olive branch. Bellona briefly lets her guard down, but then quickly regains her composure and once again pulls the old Batman smokescreen card and poof, disappears, just like she did at the end of their first encounter. This is the second time that she's retreated, and she didn't finish the job because we do know that Madame Masque sent her there to, kill Elektra. But I wonder what made her abort the mission and retreat this time. Before Elektra can find her lungs, Spider-Man calls her to recruit in assisting in de-escalating the battle royal that is about to happen in Central Park. What battle royal, you ask? This battle royal between Madame Masque, the Beetle, and their respective small armies. Needless to say, it's about to go down. Elektra does RSVP, but lets Spidey know she has to make one little pit stop on the way to visit a friend. Who is this friend? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Your guess is as good as mine, and I'm sure we're going to find out next time. Thanks for watching, and make sure to strike that like button and subscribe for more Trademark Comics.